What's going on with the goings on, y'all? You know what I'm talking about? Already with the alreadys. I ain't got much to talk about. I guess I gotta start reading more into my story. I was talking and I was sharing, but I guess a lot of you cats don't want my story and y'all story. You feel me? Cause I know I shared a little bit, but I guess ain't nobody really want to talk about nothing. You feel me? So we gonna get into a little bit of this and a little bit of that, and then we gonna get up off of here. This definitely gonna be a real short one, y'all. So shout out to the San Antonio Spurs and the Oklahoma City Thunder. It was a good game. They had a little back and forth going. You know what I'm talking about? They learn how to use their little finesse with Wembanyama. You feel me? Cause Chet Holmgren didn't have a lot of points this game. You feel me? Shea Butter had a nice little 30 ball, but that's no here nor there. The Oklahoma City Thunder came out with the win, 122 to 113. Um, like I said, I think more than less. Instead of, you know what I'm saying, the old fashioned take him out the game, you know what I'm saying, try to get him in foul trouble, they waited till he was winded and went to work. You know what I'm saying? They tried the old winded method. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna work him off and let him do his thing. You feel what I'm saying? Just everybody else ain't gonna do nothing. And then it don't help in the third quarter that Harper got hurt. That might have boosted y'all chances of making this a formidable win. You know what I'm saying? Uh, Jay Will already out the game for the Thunder. I guess putting Dylan Harper out of the game on the bench anyway and make it for an even series. It'll definitely make Wembanyama work a little bit. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm saying? He had 21 and 17 though, so, and he had like 4 blocks. So he was all over the floor. You feel me? But I don't know, Shea Butter having a 30 ball, but it was like a off and on 30 ball. You know what I'm saying? The real winners was the help players. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers like Castro or Caruso, however you want to say it, pronounce his name. You know what I'm saying? He had 17 points, but it was 17 help points. You see what I'm saying? He shot from the field. You feel me? That's just like Wallace only had 12, but he was 4 for 6 from 3. So you know when they needed a bucket, you know what I'm saying, somebody was there to help. Feel me? And that's pretty much what Chet Holmgren and Gilgeous-Alexander, that's what they really need. You know what I'm saying? It's just somebody off the bench that's gonna help. And then pull the rest up. That's the same thing with Wembanyama. You know what I'm saying? If Castle help and people like Vassell come out of nowhere and get him a nice little 30, they cool. It ain't gotta be people like Johnson every night. You feel me? And with both of those benches, it could be anybody. You know what I mean? It definitely made for a great situation. The game stayed interesting all the way until like the last. I want to say like the last 3 minutes. The rest the game was up and down, up and down. You know what I mean? Even when the Spurs had like a 17-point lead, you still found yourself looking at the Thunder bring it back. You know what I'm saying? A 3 here, a stop there. You feel me? Shea Butter getting in the game. You know what I'm saying? Making his presence felt. Yeah, it was definitely a good outlook. You feel me? And that might, like I said, that might be the turn of the whole playoff situation. These two teams right here I'll let you know who's gonna win the championship, pretty much. But yeah, shout out to the Oklahoma City Thunder for pulling out the win. You know what I mean? One thing I can say is motherfuckers need like Champagne and the Spurs. Yeah, if they did hit more jump shots, we probably be talking about 2-0 Spurs. You know what I'm saying? But they couldn't capitalize on their chances. It wasn't even about rebounds because Wembanyama had 17, so he was on the boards. You feel me? I mean, it could have been a couple shots here and there where they could have made up for their differences, but they just didn't go in. Feel me? But let's talk this little rhetoric, and then we gonna find us something to do. Like I said, this gonna be a relatively short one today, y'all. Shout out to Chloe Bailey. I guess she having another movie coming out on Netflix. It look like it's pretty good. You know what I'm saying? A little horror flick. You feel what I'm saying? Look like you might have something going on when it's going on and it's going on. You know what I'm talking about? It's coming out in June, so we got time to look at it, decipher it, and see what it's gonna do when it do what it do. Shout out to T.I. saying all his glory be due to the man with the higher being. You feel me? He said he done messed up a lot of times going around the mulberry bush. You feel me? And realized he was the monkey chasing the weasel. You feel me? Monkey chasing his tail in so many words. Well, at least once he caught up and realized, like, damn, I've been chasing myself this whole time. Shout out to you, though. Shout out to Miss Hustle. Guess Miss Hustle is getting, every time I see you on your story, you in the booth. So that's a good thing. Good creative content. You know what I'm talking about? What I really want to talk about though, is how AB been burning his bridges. I guess it's come to my attention that the young cat that didn't help you through all your trials and tribulations is finally done with you, and these young cats, you feel me? I don't know how you gonna get back in the streaming scene now. You know what I'm saying? Once they didn't wash their hands with you, what else can we do with you, kind sir? You know what I'm talking about? What can we do with you? They definitely gonna find a way. And it might not be the way you looking. You know what I'm talking about? You gotta put that drink down. But you gonna do it. You think that it's the end all be all of some of the problems you got. And that might be the major problem you got. I mean, I had to put the mug down too. I'm talking about, and my family, so on both sides, they can drink. You know what I'm talking about? And they can keep it under wraps, but I knew as a youngster that it was over with for me. And by the time I was in my 20s, shit, it was a wrap. Really, once I got, you know what I'm saying, introduced to my wife. My wife she liked drinking. She was a drinker. Realized that drinking wasn't it. So ain't no drinking in my house. You feel me? And it forced me to stop drinking. And hey, it's been the best thing that ever happened to me. Feel me? That's why when I see people like Adrian Broner going down that path of destruction, hey, I want to stop you while you ahead, bro. And at the end of the day, we in our 40s. Hey, what more can you teach a motherfucker? You feel me? You ain't taught them by now, you ain't gonna teach them. Or you ain't in your teacher stage by now, then you ain't gonna teach. You can't guide the youth, and you ain't guiding the youth. So if you ain't already been trying to get them some motivational notables and quotables, as I like to call it, you know what I'm saying? It might not be you, but it was next to you. It was something brought to you, and you got to bring it to the forefront so they can prosper. And if you ain't doing that at this age, then you ain't gonna be doing it. You know what I'm talking about? And I'd rather for you to start early and know something or look up on something so you can know something. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. A teacher is only as bright as his brightest student. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like my students got to be the people that I see every day. And if I ain't teaching them, then how can I teach somebody that I don't see often? You know? But yeah, Adrian, man, you need to put the drink down. Get up and get because you ain't stupid. And start teaching these young brothers. That's what they need. But you probably ain't gonna go through that because that sounds too much like right. But let's go to another shout out. Shout out to Max B and Big Daddy Kane. So I guess Max B really doubled down on another podcast. He talked about pretty much the situation with him and Big Daddy Kane. And then Big Daddy Kane, you know him. Hey, he don't turn down nothing but his collar. So he told you at Summer Jam, we can mix it up. You know what I'm talking about? Bring your best, I bring my best, and we see what's left. And see what the rest is. You feel me? See what's left, good brother. I don't think you can come up with a freestyle in that short amount of time that can fuck with the Kane. Cause the Kane will come off the top of the head. Well, I don't know though. You know, niggas these days, they got lyrics for you. So I don't think you can fuck with Kane though. That's just my personal opinion. But you know, Max B gonna make it look good. I don't think you're gonna be able to come with a story, young Max B. But you know, it's gonna make for good Hollywood TV. I think he's gonna win though, hands down. I'm gonna give a shout out to this young lady. I guess she was in Tim Hortons getting off work. She was definitely an employee. She was 75 years old. And I guess the other employees decided that they wanted to put their hands on the 75-year-old woman. A black woman at that. You feel me? Put her out the store. You feel me? It was even a male involved. Like, why did you even get involved, sir? You a whole man out here. And she is your grandma. So you just got into it with your grandma for what? A donut? Some coffee? There's definitely got to be a little bit of not moving fast enough. You know what I'm saying? You just got into a total uproar. And then, you know, I can't give you one without giving you the other. She might be a mean old lady. Yeah, everybody done met that mean old lady. That person you can't convince that right is right, wrong is wrong, up is down, and down is up. You know what I'm saying? That one woman that no matter what you say, she gonna cuss you out. Yeah. You know, people don't know how to be fed up no more. And smile and tell you have a nice day. People don't know how to do that. So they taking their frustration out on people. You feel me? It ain't nothing but anger. Shit that you have bottled up inside. Instead of you sitting and talking to the person that you're really upset with, you rather talk to your vices. You know what I'm saying? It's easier to be wrong than it is to be right. It's easier to cause confusion than it is to accept your faults and learn from them. You know what I'm saying? So, in so many words, it's easier to be the dumbest person in the room than it is to be the smartest. I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? It's easier to shut up than it is well, let me say it like this then. It's easier to talk than to be quiet. And with that, I'm gonna go with Drake. Well, look at all this drama with Drake. First we like it, then we love it, then we don't hate it, then we are disgusted. But it's all Drake. Drake dropped them 3 albums. You got people talking about he a free agent and he gonna do this and he gonna do that. Then you got this one song. What is it? Janice STFU? Well, I guess the Janice song got everybody humming and singing and bumming and jumping. You know what I'm talking about? Anthem for the summer. You know what I mean? I'd rather have 4, but one will do me just fine. You feel me? And it's all off. They ain't even listened to the other 3 albums. They just keep going off this Glove album. You know he got 2 other albums, right? Feel me? But hey, like I said, to each his own. And everybody in the zone in the uproar. Drake, you got him again, sir. Feel me? They gonna be talking about you, deciphering you. Everybody keep putting you in some type of cipher to where you messing with this person, you messing with that person. You talk about this person, you talking about that person. I guess all you need to do, them people to do, is to keep talking about you. You ain't really got to do a whole bunch of everything. Just do a whole bunch of something, huh? You know what I mean? But like I said, this conversation wasn't gonna be long. You feel me? I just noticed. I just looked up at my screen and noticed, like, damn, I looked at a lot of stuff yesterday, but I didn't share a lot to my story. You feel me? I didn't do a lot of talking like I normally do. I didn't do a lot of hearsay, she say like I normally do. I kind of just kept everything to the basics. You feel me? Like I ain't even turn my fan off to let everybody know that I was here and I was gonna be here for a while. I ain't eating no bacon. So I can do all my due diligence this morning. Well, I even got, excuse my language, I even got something to drink and didn't even drink it. Like I said, today it was just gonna be a home weekend. Me going over here, me going over there, me doing a little this, me doing a little that. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, we'll get it together. I ain't got nothing going on for a while, so we gonna make it work. Cause we gotta make it work so he can do something. But I'm gonna make this real light. Cause we gonna get on up off of here. But today and tomorrow, we're gonna do some heavy lifting and see what's going on. You know what I'm saying? I might have to go down me a rabbit hole or two, write down some valuable information, that type of thing. You know what I mean? But like that, well, I'm stating, it ain't a lot going on, you know what I'm talking about? But we shall see. I mean, you know, it's a lot of politicking, but y'all niggas don't want to really get educated. Let's just be honest with ourselves. You want to keep it moving and keep it flowing. You know what I'm saying? Talking about the education of black males and females don't seem to add up the way it used to. You feel me? Which we all gonna end up, you know what I'm saying, crying once we get down the rabbit hole, because we gonna realize we stuck. And the only way we can get unstuck is if somebody pull us up. And it ain't never a nigga there to pull us up. It's always some other person, some other ethnicity that's, you know what I'm saying, in the forefront of what we got going on. And it's always been about everybody else. You feel me? that's pulling us up. And then once we get up there, we realize I gotta get you out my way. The nigga that pulled me up, I gotta get you out my way in order to keep going. The bad part about that is I gotta reach down and pick another motherfucker up. I done got all the way up here, and now I gotta be the one to stretch my arm back out and give the same opportunities and the same advances as I gotta give it to the next person. And that don't seem to work the way it's supposed to. It ain't doing what it's supposed to be doing. Everybody shunned out. And all it takes is for you to just stretch your hand out, you know. But I digress. I ain't gonna do a whole lot of talking. You feel me? We're gonna keep this at the 20-minute mark. 22 minutes should be about right. You know what I'm saying? But since we done and it's over with, as the old saying goes, the smoke's gone, I'm gone.